community altogether. Now, this is Maurice Lothian, and he's known as Maurice the Connector. Your story, when I was looking into your story, is absolutely incredible in all areas of your life. My goodness me, what a fascinating story that you have, and the turnaround in your life, which is really what I appreciated the most, because you started off, and you don't mind me saying so, as a drug dealer.
Yeah.
And you started off as someone who went down that path. So tell me, at that time in your life, what was going through your mind? Was it going through just to make money, just to survive? What was going through your mind at that time? And then what caused you to really turn your life around?
Well, let me start in a nutshell. I had an upbringing where my mum, she had 5 kids, 5 siblings with my dad. My dad split up with my mum at 7 years old. So things was hard, really hard from 7 years old. Your mum, she's trying her best, but her best is like pure love and emotions she'll give the kids and things like that. That's what the kids have got now when they've got like a dad that ain't at home. The mum tries her best. So I had trouble, you know, maybe communicating with people going through from 7 years old up to 15.
Yeah.
Because one thing you do when you're a kid, when you ain't got no discipline, you start to muck about.
Yeah.
So I mucked about at school.
Yeah.
So coming to where I reached about 14, 15, I was not concentrating at school. I didn't care about school, I must say. I didn't care about school. And my teacher once said, I'll be nothing in life, which was a horrible thing to say to a 15-year-old.
Did that voice stay in your head?
It stayed in my head up until later in my life, because I didn't really take it all in. Because to me, I was rebelling against things as a kid, which a lot of kids do that now. They rebel against kids because there's no real discipline, so they're doing what they want to do. So at school, I used to try my best. But one thing I must say, you have to stay committed and disciplined to anything you want to learn. And I wasn't that sort of kid at that time because I didn't understand.
No.
So when I left school at 15, I did try and find a job, but jobs was hard. You know, I would go to a job and they'll turn me down. I went to jobs back in the day and they would say, there's no vacancies. They're my friend. I grew up with white and black Indians and everything. They'll say there's no vacancies. Then my mate would go there. He'll be a white guy. He'll get the job.
I mean, because I think that is such an important point. You know, people who know me know I revile against any type of racism at all. In fact, I fight against it.
Yeah.
You know, and I try to use my voice wherever I can, you know, in that area. But did that increase the anger? Well,
I always found from 15, when I left school, there was a barrier there. You know, 15, 16, trying to find a job at that time, trying to get an apprenticeship and things like that. There was a barrier there in getting a job. You know, I was able to get about 2 jobs in that time and left them at butchers and things like that, which you don't really like, right? So there was always a barrier there. But one thing I must say, I decided to rebel against that. And what got me into drug dealing was the environment. Because they say you're a product of your environment. I really do believe in that. So I started to hang about with my mates and that. Soon some of them started selling drugs and started to make money. And I was looking at that like, I ain't got no money. So I wanted money. They say money is the root to all evil. But it's not. It's the love of money. And I loved money at that time because I started to make money, started to sell drugs, make money. I was doing that for about 10 years.
And one of the, I was talking to another organisation recently, and they were telling me that these sort of county line drug dealers, as they are nowadays, they're some of the best entrepreneurs you can find. And in reality, because I don't want to take it too far forward yet, because I know you've got a story to tell about how you've changed your life around. But in reality, you've become an entrepreneur as well. You now have a very successful business.
I had to organise selling the drugs and making sure You know, you have other people selling for you and doing stuff. You build up from somewhere. Everything starts with an idea, and I had an idea where I could make a lot of money this way. It was easy money, and it was nice because I started to drink champagne. I mean, I used to go around when I was, like I said, 7, 8, 9 years old. We used to go and pinch milk bottles. So it was champagne bottles now I was drinking,
right.
you know, so started to drink champagne, plenty of women and things like that. So you start to enjoy that lifestyle.
What did your mother think of that, though?
My mum used to say, Maurice, come to church. I used to say to her, I haven't got no time for church, Mum. You know, I'm doing what I'm doing. She didn't actually know I was selling drugs, but she knew I was not doing what I should be doing because I wasn't going to work. I was just going out and coming back in late at night and things like that. So she never agreed with that. She wanted me to go to church.
So then, after 10 years, you found religion, you found Christianity. So tell me about that change in your life.
Well, after 10 to 12 years, I would say, after enjoying doing what I was doing, along the way, like I said, I had plenty of women and things like that. So I had 4 kids at that time. And one of my kids, called Dwayne, passed away. He was 18 months old, tragically, by getting an accident at home. You know, the blinds, the string from the blind got caught around his neck, sliding down a slide at his mum's house, you know, and he passed away. And when I look back now, I was so sad because I never had a chance to really get to know this little boy because my life outside of that, on the street, you know, selling drugs, going to the nightclubs and all that sort of thing, it's like you start to forget about what you should really be doing. The mind plays tricks with you. You know, so my mind needed to change because I was feeling down, I was feeling like I didn't want to be here no more. My son had gone, what shall I do here? You know, my mum seeing the situation I was in, I didn't want to go out no more. I didn't want to see the guys that I used to love being with. She said to come to church. Now I found myself, I had time to go to church. And by going to church a couple of times, my views started to change on life. I started to feel, I can remember going into the church and seeing all these people clapping and everything, singing. I'm thinking, wow, this was sort of strange. And I started to do it. And I started to get into that mood.